Hello you lot, this is KeefCooks, I'm Keef, and today I'm going to show you an absolute Middle Eastern street food classic. I'm going to make a chicken shawarma and also some hummus. So this was requested by 4x4 Get Off My Land. Nice. Who specified actually a Dubai style shawarma. I don't really know what makes a shawarma a Dubai style one, because I had them in Riyadh, I had them in Sharjah, I had them in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and same. But I did have a chat with our son who basically, well, from the age of 6 was growing up in Dubai and spent a lot more time on the streets eating street food than I ever did. He did tell me that the issue of French fries in a shawarma is very divisive. It's possibly like Marmite, you love it, you hate it. I don't know the ins and outs of that, but I do like French fries in a shawarma, so that's what I'm doing. If you don't, leave them out. If you enjoy this video, press like. First thing to do is marinate the chicken, and you want to get this done 2 or 3 hours before you do the rest of it, because that's how long it needs to marinate for. So, loads of things. 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of chili powder, a teaspoon of onion granules, and a teaspoon of garlic granules. I'm using the half teaspoon measure because it goes in more easily. A teaspoon of cinnamon and half teaspoon of turmeric. A teaspoon of ground coriander. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Just give those a quick mixy. And then we need 125 ml of yoghurt. Give that a good stir. And then there's one more thing to go in there. You can probably guess. 2 chicken breasts. And JT Music Box, if you've picked yourself up off the floor, yes, I bought them ready plucked off the chicken. JT Music Box left a comment on a chicken recipe a while ago where he said he had total respect for me for always buying a whole chicken and breaking it down. I usually do that, but well, today I didn't. What you need to do is, well, they need to be boneless and skinless, and then just cut them lengthways down the middle. Being careful not to cut your fingers. So we pop these in the marinade, make sure they're fully coated all over. And then we'll cover that and stick it in the fridge for 2 to 3 hours. A couple of shout outs for people who've requested similar things. One for Zachary Nook, who wanted doner kebabs. Now, I did doner kebab about 5 years ago. It was pretty bad. I need to do it again, but until I get round to that, a shawarma is pretty similar. And also Chloe Marshall, who wanted a Greek gyro. I can't even say it, never mind make it. But again, similar thing. And they're all from that sort of Eastern Mediterranean. One of the key things about a decent shawarma is the sauce, which seems to be a bit of a trade secret. I've seen lots of videos and recipes around the interwebs where they all have different versions of the sauce, none of which really tally with what I remember. And I spoke to my technical advisor about this, and he remembers it the same as I do. It's white, it's runny, it will dribble down your sleeves if you're not careful. So I reckon it's mostly yogurt, it's some tahini, there's definitely some garlic in there, that's onion, I'll change that, and maybe some lemon juice. So I'm just riffing this, but I'm sure it'll be wonderful. There we go, garlic. So we'll start with yogurt and then tahini, about 1/3 to 1/2 the volume. That's probably too thick. Bit of garlic powder, that's probably 1/4 teaspoon. Okay. I've overdone the tahini because what's overpowering that now is the sesame flavour. Never mind. So, some lemon juice. And we'll finish off this yoghurt. Okay, it's still too thick, so I'm going to add a bit of water and a pinch of salt. Well, it's getting there, but okay. I mean, that's not exactly it, but it's pretty good. Well, I promised you hummus, so hummus there shall be. We've got cooked chickpeas, that would be 240 grams drained weight. Tahini, and I'll use about 120 grams, so the ratio's, you know, two parts chickpeas to 1 part tahini. Juice of a lemon, 3 fat garlic cloves, a pinch of salt, and to garnish some whole chickpeas, which we'll reserve, and a bit of smoked paprika, and my last drizzle of olive oil. So it's dead easy if you have pre-cooked chickpeas, and really, why would you not? Well, I used to not because I was an idiot, but yeah. So I'll drain those, and I'll put most of them in the blender jug and save maybe, what, 10, 12, I don't know, for garnish. I would use the big blender, but it's misbehaving, like most bits of technology in this house these days. So yeah. Right, noisy. This needs to be whizzed for about a minute. Okay, I'm going to add the other bits. So I want to mince my garlic. And we want some lemon juice. But we don't want lemon pits, so just filter it through your fingers. Just do that much for now, but I might add some more later on, because it should be really zingy with the flavour of lemons. And now add the tahini. If you're not familiar with tahini, it's a paste made from sesame seeds. And this has been in the cupboard for quite a while, so it settles out. You get a lot of solid stuff at the bottom. So I want to try and get that all mixed. You should be able to find tahini in most sort of Asian stores, and if you can't find it, you can't make hummus. You can make chickpea puree, but it ain't the same. Okay, that was quite hard work, but we're done. So that much, and a pinch of salt, and whiz it. Right, I did use the big blender in the end. It was pretty much impossible with the hand blender in that little narrow plastic container. So anyway, here it is. I added some more lemon juice and some more water and some more salt, and I have to say, it is spectacular, and I wonder why I don't make hummus more frequently. So we're going to just decorate it, drizzle olive oil, sprinkle paprika, and then position your chickpeas in a circle or any way you like, really. And now this can be covered and stuck in the fridge until we are ready for it. I'm ready for it now, but you know, I have to do the other things first. We've got some veggies. I've got a pile of shredded iceberg lettuce. I've got 3 bits of bell peppers, red, green and orange, and a bit of red onion. So that's, actually I want a bit more than that, but so half a big one or a little one. Oh, and secret ingredient. Actually, this is optional. Some places do this, some don't. But French fries, frozen French fries. Now we're ready to start the actual cooking. I'm using my cast iron griddle plate. You can use a griddle pan or a barbecue. You want the chicken to have a bit of a charred outside. What they do commercially is pretty much the same as doner kebabs. You've got this big cylinder of meat that rotates in front of a vertical heat source. You haven't got that at home, neither have I. You could do it if you really wanted to, but you're not going to. So stop being silly. So cook the chicken first, scrape off excess marinade and give it 2 or 3 minutes each side. And then set it aside to rest. You can tent it in foil if you want to keep it warm. And then add more butter to the griddle and put the peppers and onions on and just keep those going for 3 or 4 minutes till they look white, till they're cooked. And then it's assembly time. Don't put the griddle away just yet, we're going to need it again. Right, final assembly time. So I've got my mini tortilla wraps and I'm just going to heat them up on the griddle a little bit. Also have some pre-cut sheets of greaseproof paper to wrap them in, because one thing I do know about a shawarma, if you are actually not eating it with a knife and fork on a plate, which you never do, it's going to go everywhere. So yeah, you need to wrap the wrap. Wrap the wrap. Okay, so I've got 2 tortillas, a little squidge of chili sauce, a good spread of the shawarma sauce, oops, and then some lettuce, some pickles, some onions and peppers, some controversial French fries, and the other thing, a chicken, freshly shaved off the big rotating cylinder. And then roll them up. And twizzle the end. There you go. One shawarma. And now it's taste test time with Mrs. KeefCooks.
That's really what else you were expecting. Ooh.
Gwyneth couldn't make it.
Ooh.
What?
I'm gonna
Shawarma.
pick. Yeah. I used to love these in Dubai. Okay. I'm pulling a face, not because of the taste, which is very nice, but by the look, there's chips in here.
Of course there's chips in it.
What do you mean, of course there's chips? You don't get chips in this shawarma.
I told you it was controversial.
What do you mean? Is this like the new thing? This is the Dubai shawarma, is it? Okay. Well,
no.
They didn't have chips in when we lived there.
They did. Some of them did, some of them didn't.
Oh well.
Anyway, it's a little bundle of tastiness.
Food happiness, yeah.
Good, isn't it?
It is. I don't actually think the chips had anything to do with it, but they don't take anything away either.
Carbohydrates, though.
I just think it's daft if you've got something really good like this, and then you stick something completely alien in it. Well, they don't grow spuds in the Middle East, do they?
Of course they do.
Anyway, people,
Yeah.
make your own mind up about the chips, but shawarmas are always a good thing.
Okay. Well, what can I say?
Well, I'm not supposed to talk with a mouthful, and neither are you, so we'll stop talking. Oh, I like that.
Hummus.
Oh, yeah. Comes to something when I haven't actually got to the hummus. Whew. What have I got for dipping in the hummus?
Oh.
Oh, more bread. Tis lunchtime. A bit of hummus. Salad.
Well, man.
Yeah.
Don't put salad in that.
I like salad with my hummus.
Weirdo.
I'm not. It's a balance of textures, darling. I watch MasterChef. I know these things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, garlic.
Yeah, there is actually too much garlic in that, in my opinion, and yours. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you next time.